I do want to learn a little bit more about your previous experience with Shyp, and then maybe what
Hmm.
led you to, start Airhouse, and maybe some of like the key learnings that, that played a factor in the early days of Airhouse too.
Lots of key learnings. So I think we had a really amazing product for consumer shipping, and that was really tough to build. So what we actually had, so we had warehouses. We at the height we were in 5 different major markets. We had warehouses. We had people that would come to pick up your items. We actually had vans at a certain point. Um, we had an amazing app experience that you could just take a picture of whatever you wanted to ship, and we would show up. At one point, we were on demand as well. And also, we built all the software that could make it all work together. And that's really complicated. So, for anybody out there who's listening who knows anything about warehousing, we built our own WMS system to track everything throughout the warehouse, and that is not an easy feat. We were at the same time as like the DoorDashes and Instacarts were really rising. So we had to build all of our own routing technology to route people around cities to make sure we pick things up on time and everything. And it was really an amazing product. But what did not work is it wasn't venture scalable because the consumer shipping market really just wasn't big enough. So I would say we had product market fit for the consumers. However, that just wasn't a big enough market. Like especially when we had to have warehouses, we had so much upfront costs. We would have to um, get so much volume in a city to actually break even. Which actually at the end we actually were operationally profitable, which was a very hard feat. But the idea there was that we would continue to go up market. So we'd start with consumer, then we'd go to small business, and then we'd go to enterprise. And that was actually incorrect. The product that worked for the consumers was not the same thing for some small businesses. It was a good fit. But as you start getting a lot of volume, it's like, I don't want to arrange for you to come every day to pick up my stuff. Like, I want to just, I'm talking pallets here. Like, I don't want you, like, I have to do all this work anyway. It's like, why am I using you? I could just store it in a warehouse. And so that was one of the biggest problems that we had. Also, we just raised way too much venture capital. So we raised $63 million, and from some of the best venture investors, and myself included, thought we were going to be the next Uber of shipping, and that was just incorrect. The market just wasn't big enough, rolling out by city by city basis. And that was a very huge learning that I am now taking. We're taking, me and my co-founder Sarah are taking it into Airhouse as well. Like, constraints are good. Like, raising too much capital too quickly, it's just there's so much pressure on you, and you honestly you have to spend it, and we just didn't have the right fit in the larger markets that would have made us to be like a venture scale company. So that's a huge learning. Another one is that it's really hard to do a lot of everything right. So like focus is super important. So like we had to have the best technology team, product team, operations team, and I think we did do that. But it takes away, and it's really hard to move quickly and all of that. So now with Airhouse, we are 100% technology. We partner with these warehouses, the best in class warehouses. And so that's another huge learning for us. And yeah, I think those are some of the main learnings.